Good morning, students. Today we will discuss some important model problems from states of matter. So first one is the sixth question from your assignment. So now they have given three containers and with three different gases. They have kept stopcocks here. There is no connection between these three bulbs. So here they given first bulb has 2 atmospheres pressure, 1 liter volume. So second bulb 1.6 atmospheres, 1.5 liters volume, 3 atmospheres, 4 liter volume. So now if the question is, if you remove these stopcocks, then what is the final pressure inside the system? So before those are alone, now we are connecting all bulbs. When we are connecting all bulbs, the total pressure always calculated by using formula P1 V1 plus P2 V2 plus P3 V3 plus and so on. And here only three containers, that's why I have taken up to 3. So by total volume, you will get final pressure. So you can solve by substituting values in this formula. Next, ninth question. So now they given two balloons, balloon A, balloon B. Inside balloon A, outside balloon B. And these balloons kept at 300 Kelvin. And they given maximum capacity of balloon A and balloon B. Balloon A can extend up to 1000 ml, balloon B can extend up to 2000 ml. If they can extend more than that, they will burst. So now when the balloon system is heated, which one will burst first? So how to solve this problem? So we know according to Charles' law, V1 by T1 equal to V2 by T2. Find the final temperature of balloons A and B. Suppose for balloon A, if I apply formula, what is the maximum capacity of balloon? That is 1000. So when we consider 300 Kelvin, the volume is 700. So at what temperature it will reach 1000? So the temperature is 428.5 Kelvin. For balloon B, same calculation if you do. So at 300 Kelvin, its volume is 1600. At what temperature it will reach? 2000. So 375 Kelvin. So when we are heating, so first 375 will reach. When 375 Kelvin temperature reaches, what will happen? Balloon B volume becomes 2000. If you increase more than 375 Kelvin, so balloon B will burst first. So answer is balloon B. Next. So now 40 liters of nitrogen at 400 Kelvin was cooled by 50 degrees without change in pressure. Here pressure remains constant. When pressure remains constant, we can apply Boyle's law. We can apply volume temperature relation when pressure is constant. So the percentage contraction in volume will be. So here pressure is constant, that's why we can take volume directly proportional to temperature. So now 40 liters at 400 Kelvin then was cooled by 50 degrees without change in pressure. So temperature we are decreasing. So we can apply Charles law, volume temperature relation, V1 by T1 equal to V2 by T2. So we have to solve V2 first, because V1 T1 value is given and T2 also given. T2 how much given? 50 degrees reduced, means 400 Kelvin. 50 degrees means 273 plus, so minus 50 if you do, so you get the 350 Kelvin. So by using that you can calculate V2. So what is V2? Volume at 350 Kelvin. So after that, how much percentage contraction happened? That is initial volume minus final volume by initial volume into 100. You will get percentage contraction in volume. Next, 8th question. An ideal gas on heating shows an increase in its volume by 12 at constant pressure. The percentage rise in temperature will be. So same formula we can apply. V directly proportional to T. So from this you can calculate temperature T2. Suppose initial temperature is T1 means, so final temperature you can calculate by taking volume 12 times more. So suppose if you take V1 by T1 equal to V2 by T2, what is V1? Suppose V1 if you take V, T1 if you take T, V2 is 12V and T2 you can calculate. Then you will get T2 equal to 12T. Percentage contraction we can calculate by using T2 minus T1 by, so means a percentage increase in temperature, T2 minus T1 by T1 into 100. Next, 22nd. A and B are two identical vessels. Vessel A contains 15 grams of ethane at 1 atmosphere and 298 Kelvin, whereas vessel B contains 75 grams of gas X2 at same temperature and pressure. The molecular weight of X2 is. Identical vessels means volume remains same and the pressure, temperature also same. So you can apply this formula. When pressure, volume, temperature same, moles remain same. So gas A, they given weight 15 grams, molecular weight of gas is 30 grams. So they only provided molecular weight by giving formula, that is ethane. Ethane means C2H6. So 24 plus 6, 30. Next, gas B. Weight they given 75 grams and molecular weight we have to calculate. This is question mark. And at same pressure, temperature, volume, we can equate moles because PV equal to nRT. So when T, R, V, P same means N is constant. So Na equal to Nb we can write. So moles means weight by molecular weight. So all information they given except Mb, you can solve Mb. Next, temperature at the foot of mountain is 27 degrees Celsius and pressure is 1 atmosphere. Whereas the top of the mountain, these are 37 degrees Celsius, 0.8 atmosphere. Ratio of densities of air at foot to the top of the mountain. So what is the density formula? Density equal to Em by RT. So R is constant, So air molecular weight is constant, then density directly proportional to pressure and inversely proportional to temperature. So you can solve this problem by using the relation. So D1 T1 by P1 equal to D2 T2 by P2. So D1 by D2 equal, you will get P1 T2 by P2 T1. So now if you substitute the values, given values, you will get 31:24 is the answer. Next, two vessels A and B have same gas. If pressure, volume and temperature of gas in A are all thrice that of gas in B, then the ratio of number of molecules of A to that of B is. So they given two vessels, and in one vessel there is a gas A, another vessel there is a gas B, and compared to gas B parameters like pressure, temperature and volume, gas A parameters are 3 times more. Then they are asking number of molecules of A to that of B, ratio they are asking. So you know PV equal to nRT, mole ratio nothing but molecules ratio. So if you calculate mole ratio, that is only equal to molecules ratio. But according to the given information, so you can write like this about gas A, 3 PB, because pressure of gas A is 3 times of pressure of gas B. Similarly volume also 3 times, Na moles of gas A into R, temperature also 3 times than that of B gas, that's why 3 TB I have taken. And for B gas we can write this equation. This is equation 1, this is equation 2. If you take equation 1 by 2, equation 1 by 2, you will get Na by Nb equal to 3:1. This is answer. Next, the densities of two gases X and Y are 0.09 and 1.44 gram per cc respectively. If the rate of diffusion of X is 100, then that of Y is. So diffusion means it is related to Graham's law. So densities they given, the rate of diffusion of X they given, they are asking rate of diffusion of Y. So you know rate of diffusion inversely proportional to root D. So by using this relation we can solve the problem. So this is rate of diffusion of X by rate of diffusion of Y equal to root dy by dx. They provided all the values, so if you substitute you will get answer. Next, 2 grams of hydrogen diffuses from a vessel in T minutes, and 0.5 grams of oxygen diffuses through the same vessel under similar conditions in 10 minutes. The value of T is. So diffusion of two gases they given. One is hydrogen, another one is oxygen. So how many grams of hydrogen diffused? 2 grams of hydrogen diffused in T minutes. And from the same vessel, 0.5 grams of oxygen is diffused in 10 minutes. They are asking time taken for hydrogen diffusion. So now rate of diffusion we can express in different ways. One of the way is in terms of moles. So R equal to N by T. Amount of moles diffused by time, nothing but rate of diffusion. From this relation we can write R1 by R2 equal to N1 by T1 into T2 by N2. So here what is N1? Moles of hydrogen. How many grams of hydrogen given? 2, and its molecular weight is 2. 2 by 2 equal to 1 mole. N2. So how many grams they given? 0.5 grams of oxygen. Its molecular mass is 32. So you will get 1 by 64 moles. Then N1 value, N2 value we got. N1 value we know, N2 value also we know, and T2 value they only provided, that is 10 minutes, and you have to calculate T1. So if you know R1 by R2 value, you can calculate T1. To calculate R1 by R2, we have formula root of M2 by M1. So root of M2 by M1, M2 is molecular weight of oxygen 32, M1 is molecular weight of hydrogen, that is 2. So exactly root 16 you will get root 16 equal to 4. So if you substitute all these values in this formula, then you will get T1 value. Next, 39th problem. 1:4 molar mixture of gas P and gas Q is contained in a vessel at 20 bar pressure. Due to hole in the vessel, the gas mixture leaks out. The composition of mixture effusing out initially is. So both gases in a vessel. So due to some hole, both gases coming out from the vessel. So outside gas mixture composition you have to find out. So initially they given 1:4 molar ratio, means 1 mole P gas means there is a 4 mole Q gas, and molar mass of P they given 16 grams, molar mass of Q they given 4 grams. Now we have to solve the problem. So now moles of P have taken X, therefore moles of Q must be 4X because 1:4 given. So according to Dalton's law of partial pressures, partial pressure of P by total pressure equal to mole fraction of P. So mole fraction of P means moles of P by total moles. So there, how much pressure given? 20 bar given. That's why partial pressure of P you can calculate, that is X by 5X into 20, that equal to 4 bar. So partial pressure of P we got, that is 4 bar. What they are asking? They are asking composition of mixture effusing out. So now PP is 4 bar means PQ is 16 bar. Now apply rate of diffusion formula. So rate of diffusion formula, if you apply PP by PQ, gives means root MQ by MP. So you will get rate of diffusion of P, rate of diffusion of Q. So you know RP by RQ nothing but NP by NQ. This is composition ratio. Next, if the 4 tubes of car are filled to the same pressure with H2, O2, N2 and Ne separately under similar conditions, then the correct order of time taken for filling up of the tube is. So now rate of diffusion. So rate of diffusion inversely proportional to molecular weight. When rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to molecular weight, then we will get this one. So time taken for the, which one will take more time? The gas which has more molecular weight, that is O2. Next, 44. A sample of air saturated with water vapor recorded a pressure of 640 torrs. Saturated with water vapor means this is wet gas. So wet gas pressure they given 640 torrs. If vapor pressure of water at the temperature is 40 torrs and the sample contains N2 and O2 in the molar ratio of 3:1. So if vapor pressure of water at the temperature is 40 torrs, vapor pressure of water they given. The sample contains N2 and O2 in the molar ratio 3:1. This wet gas contains N2 and O2. Next, the partial pressure of N2 in the sample is. So it is related to Dalton's law of partial pressure. So you know, according to Dalton's law of partial pressure, dry gas pressure always equal to wet gas pressure minus aqueous tension, that is vapor pressure due to water vapor. So 640 they given wet gas pressure, aqueous tension or pressure due to water vapor 40 they given, so you will get 600 dry gas pressure. Now you know total pressure of dry gas. Dry gas means it contains N2 and O2. So P total equal to 600. This is the pressure of gaseous mixture. Now N2 moles of N2 how much given? 3x. Moles of O2 they given x, because 3:1 ratio they given. Xn2 you can write 3x by 4x, that is 3 by 4. Then partial pressure of N2 equal to mole fraction of N2 into total pressure, or we can write Pn2 by P total equal to Xn2. So P total we got 600, so Pn2 will get 450 torrs. Next, if root mean square speed of 8 grams of helium is 300 meter per second, then the total kinetic energy of helium gas is. So RMS velocity given, they are asking kinetic energy of the helium gas. So what is kinetic energy formula? Kinetic energy formula 3 by 2 nRT. So 3 by 2 nRT means we need a T value here, and N value they given 8 grams of helium. 8 grams of helium means N equal to 8 by 4, that equal to 2 they given indirectly moles. If you know temperature, you can calculate Ke. To calculate temperature, indirect information given, that is RMS velocity. So RMS velocity equal to root 3RT by M. If you simplify this, you will get 300 Kelvin. Sorry, 300 RMS velocity 300, and from this you will get 14.4 Kelvin temperature. So if you substitute this temperature here, you will get kinetic energy. Next, if T1, T2 and T3 are temperatures at which RMS velocity, average velocity and most probable velocity of oxygen gases are all equal to 10 meter per second, then correct relation is. So these are the temperatures at which all velocities are equal to 10 meter per second, then what is the correct relation? So now you have to calculate T1, T2 and T3 values by using relations of different molecular velocities. So you can compare and you can choose the option. So now according to given information, all these velocities equal to 10. So they given M value, we know R value. So if you substitute different M values for different gases, okay, they given oxygen gas only. So M is same, R is same. So you can write 3T1 equal to 8T2 by pi equal to 2T3 equal to 100. From this equation you can calculate T1, T2, T3, and if you compare, you will get answer T1 less than T2 less than T3. Next, on increasing the temperature from 30 degrees to 60 degrees, the average kinetic energy of argon gas increased by a factor. So temperature is increased from 30 degrees to 60 degrees. What about average kinetic energy of argon? So you know kinetic energy directly proportional to temperature. So Ke directly proportional to temperature means you can write Ke1 by Ke2 equal to T1 by T2. So what they given? Temperatures given. T1 given, T2 given. You have to get Ke1 also given. No, they are asking relation between Ke1 and Ke2. So directly if you substitute temperatures, you will get answer. Next, pressure of 2 moles of HF gas, so means this is a real gas, is 5 liters in 5 liters flask at a certain temperature is 9.33 atmospheres. Temperature of the gas is, so pressure of 2 moles of HF gas they given, means volume given, pressure given, and the moles given. They are asking temperature, and here given values A value, B value given. Remember, they are giving A, B constant values means, so the question related to real gas, and we can use the formula van der Waals equation. So you know van der Waals equation, that is P plus AN square by V square into V minus NB equal to nRT. Here N value they only provided, so N equal to I think 2 moles they given, yes 2 moles, and P value, V value given, AB value is given. If you substitute all these values in this formula, you will get temperature value. Next, a spherical balloon of diameter 21 centimeters is to be filled up with H2 at 273 Kelvin and 1 atmosphere. A cylinder of volume 2.82 liters containing the gas at 20 atmospheres at 300 Kelvin. Considering that the cylinder cannot get empty, approximate number of balloons that can be filled up is. So very simple. See here, there is a balloon. We are filling the balloon by using a cylinder. We are filling balloons by using a cylinder. So they given information about cylinder. Cylinder volume is 2.82 liters containing the gas at 20 atmospheres at 300 Kelvin. By using the gas present in the cylinder, we have to fill the balloon. The balloon diameter is 21 centimeters. And hydrogen gas at 273 Kelvin and 1 atmosphere. We are filling the balloons at 1 atmosphere, but the gas present in the cylinder at 20 atmospheres. So now how to solve the problem? See now, first you calculate volume of the balloon by using 4 by 3 pi r cube. So we got volume of the balloon is 4851 centimeter cube. So this is the volume of balloon. Volume of balloon. Volume of cylinder 2.82 liters, that is 2820 means 2820 ml. This is volume of cylinder in centimeter cubes. Now this cylinder contains gas at 20 atmosphere pressure. If the gas present in the cylinder, if it enters into 1 atmosphere region, the gas present in the cylinder, if it enters into 1 atmosphere region inside 20 atmosphere, if it enters into 1 atmosphere region, no doubt its volume increases. So how much volume increases? That can be calculated by using P1 V1 by T1 equal to P2 V2 by T2. So P1 20 atmospheres and V1 2820 ml and T1 300 Kelvin. Now the gas is coming out from the cylinder to fill the balloons. So at what conditions? 1 atmosphere pressure and 273 Kelvin. So at these conditions, volume of gas is 51324 centimeter cube. This much volume of gas available at 1 atmosphere. So if total gas present in the cylinder comes out from the cylinder, total gas present in the cylinder, if it comes out from the cylinder, it occupies this much volume. So by using this much volume, how many balloons we can fill? But they given one condition: cylinder cannot be empty. So cylinder is opened and there is some gas. How much gas? So its capacity is 2820 ml. That much capacity gas should be present in the cylinder. Remaining gas will come out. So from this total volume, if you remove 2820 ml, then you will get this much gas. This much gas is available to fill the balloons. So now number of balloons filled equal to total volume available by balloon volume. So you will get exactly 10 balloons. Important model question. Next, 10 moles of an ideal gas are present in a closed container at a pressure of 0.821 atmospheres. Which of the following is correct graphical representation for it? So 10 moles of an ideal gas present in a closed container. So pressure is 0.821. Which of the following is correct graphical representation for it? See, now you know PV equal to nRT. V equal to nRT by P. So nR by P into T. Here, if you substitute the given information, what is given information? 10 moles, R value 0.0821 and pressure 0.821 into T. So you will get exactly 1. So from this, so not 1, so this total is 1 into T you will get. So therefore you will get V equal to T. So V equal to T means if you apply log both sides, because in graphs they given in terms of logs, log V equal to log T. So log V equal to log T means, suppose if you take log V as Y and M into log T as X, Y equal to mx. So here M is equal to 1, means slope must be equal to 1. So which graph is correct? The graph is, you will get like this. So Y equal to mx. So your angle must be 45 degrees. So on x-axis, sorry, on y-axis log V, on x-axis log T. So this is answer. So these are some important models from states of matter. Thank you.